the shadowed forests of Asia and Africa, beneath tangled roots, fallen leaves, and the silence of the undergrowth, lives one of the strangest and most secretive mammals on Earth. A creature covered not in fur, but in armor. A creature that does not roar, does not chase, and does not dominate the forest with speed or force. And yet, against all odds, it survives. The pangolin is a master of disappearance. By day, it is almost invisible. By night, it moves like a quiet shadow through the darkness, guided not by power, but by instinct. Every step is careful. Every pause is deliberate. Every movement is a decision between life and death. But for a newborn pangolin, the forest is far more than a home. It is a place of hunger, danger, uncertainty, and constant trial. This is the story of one young life, beginning in total vulnerability and slowly transforming over 180 days into something stronger, tougher, and ready to face the wild alone. This is the journey of a pangolin, from newborn to survivor. Pangolins are animals of secrecy. They do not thrive in open ground or exposed places. Instead, they depend on cover, dense forest, thick brush, fallen logs, hollow spaces beneath roots, and burrows dug deep into soft earth. These hidden spaces are more than shelter. They are protection from predators, from harsh weather, and from the endless threats that come with life on the forest floor. Unlike animals that defend territory with noise or aggression, the pangolin survives by remaining unnoticed. It lives quietly, mostly alone, moving through a world where sharp senses matter more than speed. Its long snout stays close to the ground, constantly reading the forest through scent. Its curved claws are not built for fighting battles, but for opening the earth, breaking into insect colonies, and carving out temporary refuge. Everything about the pangolin's behavior reflects caution. It does not waste energy. It does not take unnecessary risks. It lives slowly, but not weakly. Its slowness is not helplessness, it is strategy. Because in a forest full of hidden danger, surviving often belongs not to the fastest animal, but to the one that knows when to move and when to disappear. Before new life can begin, the mother must first find safety. For a pangolin, that means choosing the right burrow or digging one herself. The ground must be soft enough to shape, but stable enough not to collapse. The entrance must remain hidden beneath leaves, roots, or shadow. And above all, the place must be quiet. This search is not random. The mother moves slowly through the forest, stopping often, lifting her head, testing the air, studying the ground with scent and touch. What looks like hesitation is in fact precision. Every patch of soil is judged, every sound is measured, because the cost of choosing badly is far too high. A burrow is more than a nest. It is a nursery, a shield, and a final line of defense. Deep in the earth, away from sight, the mother can rest, recover, and prepare for the birth of her young. In a world where danger can arrive without warning, the right shelter can mean the difference between life continuing or ending before it has even begun. Hidden in darkness, far from the noise of the forest, a newborn pangolin enters the world. At this stage, life is incredibly fragile. The newborn is small, soft, and almost helpless, unable to survive for even a short time without the mother's warmth and protection. This is the most vulnerable chapter of a pangolin's life. Its scales, the very armor the species is known for, have not yet hardened. Its body is delicate, its movements are weak, its future is uncertain. Everything now depends on the mother, her shelter, her vigilance, and her ability to keep danger outside the burrow. Yet even in this fragile beginning, the blueprint for survival is already there. The newborn presses close to its mother. It responds to touch, to warmth, to scent. These first instincts are simple but vital. In the wild, survival begins long before strength. It begins with closeness, with protection, and with the quiet bond between mother and young. For the first days and weeks, the burrow becomes the entire world. The young pangolin remains close to its mother, feeding, sleeping, and growing in the safety of darkness. Outside, the forest continues with all its noise, hunger, and danger. But inside the burrow, time moves differently. The mother must balance two impossible tasks at once. She must nourish her young, and at the same time, remain alert to every change outside. Even while resting, she is listening. Even while feeding, she is ready to defend. The newborn may be hidden, but it is never fully safe. Day after day, the tiny body changes. The movements become more certain, the breathing steadier. The first signs of hardening scales begin to appear. What was once a completely defenseless animal slowly starts becoming recognizably pangolin, still vulnerable, but already being shaped by the demands of the wild. Soon, the young pangolin can no longer remain hidden forever. To survive, it must learn the one skill that will sustain its life: finding food. Pangolins are highly specialized feeders. They do not graze, browse, or hunt in the conventional sense. Instead, they search for ants and termites hidden within the forest floor, rotting wood, and hardened mounds of earth. To reach them, they rely on powerful forelimbs and curved claws, capable of tearing into soil and insect nests with remarkable efficiency. For the young pangolin, these first lessons are slow and awkward. It watches the mother closely, how she pauses, how she smells the ground, how she chooses where to dig. Then it tries for itself, clumsy at first, uncertain, wasting energy where the mother wastes none. But this is how survival is learned, not all at once, but through repetition, failure, correction, and time. Little by little, instinct is refined into skill. The tongue extends, the claws strike with better purpose. The young begins to understand the rhythm of feeding, and with each successful attempt, it moves one step farther away from helplessness. But the forest does not simply test the pangolin with hunger. It tests it with danger at every stage of life. For a young pangolin, predators are a constant threat. Large snakes, wild cats, and other hunters of the forest can take advantage of inexperience, slowness, or a moment of separation from the mother. Even when no enemy is visible, the risk remains. In the wild, silence itself can be a warning. And then there is the greatest threat of all: human beings. Unlike natural predators, humans do not hunt only for food. They hunt with tools, with traps, and with intent. For pangolins, whose defense is to curl into a tight, armored ball, this ancient survival strategy becomes tragically ineffective against people who already know exactly what they are looking for. This is the cruel paradox of the pangolin. The very defense that protects it from many wild predators offers little protection from the species that has become its greatest danger. So every day lived, every step taken, every night survived becomes something extraordinary. As the months pass, the young pangolin changes. Its body becomes stronger. Its scales harden. Its movements lose their uncertainty and begin to carry purpose. What once depended completely on the mother now starts to test the world alone. It forages with greater accuracy. It reacts faster to sounds. It learns the pathways of the forest, the scent of food, the value of shelter, and the necessity of caution. Independence does not come in a single dramatic moment. It arrives gradually, almost invisibly. A little more distance between mother and young, a little more confidence in movement, a little less hesitation at each new challenge. And then, one day, the change is undeniable. The newborn that once could barely move in the darkness of a burrow has become an animal capable of facing the forest on its own. Not invincible, not safe, but ready. The story of the pangolin is not a story of conquest. It is not a story of dominance, speed, or brute force. It is a story of endurance. In a world ruled by sharper teeth, faster legs, and stronger hunters, the pangolin survives in another way. With patience, with silence, with armor, instinct, and an ancient understanding of when to hide and when to move. For 180 days, a newborn life has faced the hardest truths of the wild: hunger, vulnerability, fear, and risk. And somehow, through caution and persistence, it has reached the edge of independence. The forest will never become less dangerous. The future will never be guaranteed. But for now, one small survivor has made it this far, and in the quiet darkness beneath the trees, that alone is a remarkable victory.